Hey everyone, welcome to our channel Paranoia Unveiled. Here, your go-to destination for in-depth insights into pandemic predictions and the historical patterns of global outbreaks. If you're fascinated by the science, history, and the global impact of infectious diseases, you're in the right place. So if you're ready to explore the fascinating world of pandemic predictions, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. 1. Zoonotic Origins. Zoonotic origins refers to diseases that can spread from animals to humans. These diseases typically start in animals and then somehow jump to people. The term zoonotic comes from the word zoonosis, which describes any infectious disease that can be transmitted between animals and humans. In simple terms, imagine a germ or virus that usually lives in animals. Sometimes it can make the jump from animals to people, and when it does, it might cause a disease that can spread among humans. Understanding how these diseases move between animals and humans is important for preventing and controlling outbreaks. Many well-known diseases, such as influenza and COVID-19, have zoonotic origins. 2. Globalization. Globalization is like a big web that connects people, countries, and businesses all around the world. It means that things like trade, communication, and even culture can happen on a global scale. Imagine you have friends who live in different parts of the world, and you can talk to them, share ideas, or send and receive things from each other easily. That's a bit like how globalization works, making the world more interconnected. It involves the flow of goods, information, money, and even ideas across borders, making our world more linked and interdependent. 3. Antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance happens when bacteria and other germs change in a way that makes antibiotics less effective, or, in some cases, not effective at all. It's like the germs learn how to defend themselves against the medicines we use to fight them. Think of antibiotics as soldiers that fight off bacterial infections in our bodies. But when we use antibiotics too often or not in the right way, some bacteria can survive and adapt. These survivor bacteria can pass on their resistance to antibiotics to other bacteria, creating a problem. 4. Climate change. Climate change is like the Earth's long-term makeover. The world has a natural balance, with the right amount of warmth and coolness. But because of human activities, like burning fossil fuels, like coal and oil, and cutting down forests, we're adding more heat-trapping gases to the air. These gases act like a cozy blanket around the Earth, keeping more of the sun's warmth in. As a result, the Earth is getting warmer, and this warming causes changes in the weather and climate. We see things like more extreme heat, changes in rainfall patterns, and melting ice. It's a big deal because these changes can affect the way we live, the plants and animals around us, and even the places we call home. So, climate change is like a big shift in the Earth's usual patterns because we're making it warmer by doing things that release extra heat-trapping gases into the air. Taking steps to reduce these activities is important to help keep the Earth's climate in a balance that's good for everyone. 5. Population density. Population density is like describing how crowded or spread out a place is. Imagine you have a big playground. If there are lots of people playing in a small area, that's high population density. It's like saying there are many people close together. On the other hand, if the same number of people are spread out across a larger area, that's low population density. So when we talk about population density in cities or countries, we're figuring out how many people live in a certain space. High population density means more people in a smaller space, and low population density means fewer people spread out over a larger area. It helps us understand how crowded or spacious a place might be. 6. Healthcare infrastructure. Healthcare infrastructure is like the support system that helps people stay healthy and get medical care when they need it. Imagine you have a toolbox with all the tools you might need to fix things around your house. In the same way, healthcare infrastructure is like a community's toolbox for taking care of its people's health. This toolbox includes things like hospitals, clinics, doctors, nurses, medicines, and even systems for keeping track of everyone's health records. It's all the stuff a community needs to make sure people can see a doctor when they're sick, get the right medicines, and have a safe place to go if they need more serious medical help. So when we talk about healthcare infrastructure, we're talking about the tools and systems in place to keep everyone healthy and provide medical care when it's needed. Just like having a well-equipped toolbox helps you take care of your home, having good healthcare infrastructure helps take care of a community's health. 7. Surveillance and early warning systems. Surveillance and early warning systems are like superhero helpers for keeping people safe from diseases. Imagine you have a special team of superheroes whose job is to watch out for any trouble in your neighborhood. They use special gadgets and keep an eye on everything to make sure everyone stays safe. In the same way, surveillance and early warning systems are tools and teams that keep an eye on the health of a community. They use things like sensors, data, and monitoring to detect any signs of diseases or health problems early on. It's like having an early warning system that tells us when something might be wrong, so we can take action to stop it from spreading. 8. Vaccination rates. Vaccination rates are like checking how many people in a group have gotten their superhero shields. Imagine there's a team of superheroes, and each superhero has a shield to protect them from a sneaky villain, germs that make us sick. Vaccination is like giving people their superhero shields to make them strong and ready to fight off the bad germs. When we talk about vaccination rates, we're counting how many people in a community or a country have received their superhero shields, which we call vaccines. High vaccination rates mean that a lot of people in the group have their shields, making it harder for the villain germs to spread. It's like having a strong defense team to keep everyone safe. 9. Social and cultural practices. Social and cultural practices are like the traditions and habits that a group of people follow in their everyday lives. Imagine you have a special way of greeting your friends or celebrating birthdays in your family. These are social and cultural practices, the things you do because they are part of your community's way of life. Social practices are like the activities and behaviors that people share in a group. For example, how people interact, communicate, or work together. Cultural practices are more about the beliefs, customs, and traditions that a community follows. This could include the food they eat, the way they dress, or the celebrations they observe. So, when we talk about social and cultural practices, we're looking at the unique and shared ways that people in a community live their lives. These practices shape the identity of the group and influence how they relate to each other and the world around them. 10. International cooperation. International cooperation is like teamwork between different countries. Imagine you have a big project and you invite friends from other places to help. Everyone brings their skills, ideas, and resources to the table. And together, you can accomplish more than each person could on their own. In the same way, international cooperation means countries working together to solve global challenges. This could be anything from dealing with environmental issues, tackling diseases that spread across borders, or promoting peace and understanding. Instead of every country trying to solve problems alone, they join forces to make a bigger and more effective impact. So, international cooperation is like a group of friends from around the world coming together to make the planet a better place by sharing their strengths and working towards common goals. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel Paranoia Unveiled. Also share your opinions in comments below.